Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He is Commander Cockings.
And he is Captain Foley, looking sharp as ever. Captain's pips, the Captain 5, who just exudes captainness.
And today I'm wearing my alternate uniform. See, yesterday I had the red shoulders, as you know, the command should be. This is kind of like my more casual look. So, yeah, captains and their alternates.
That is the question today, Stuart, because
It is.
I think the real answer is why unique uniform, because he's a unique character. That's probably the reason. But in the canon of the show, we're going to look at Captain Riker's, not Admiral Riker's, Captain Riker's uniform, which sort of stands up against the other uniforms because, of course, we see a Captain Shaw in the captain's uniform of the day, yet Riker has a entirely, not even slightly different, entirely different uniform, Stuart. So, did you notice it? And what do you think they see it saw on screen? And here, of course, it is lightened up because all these shots are very dark, so I've made them bright to try and see the details. So, what do you think when you first saw it, and what do you think now, staring at it?
Well, I did notice it, and it just seems more like a jacket now that it's brightened up a bit. It just seems like didn't want the whole hassle of getting into a uniform per se. So they just made it easier. Is it an away team jacket? I don't know. It's a good alternate though. I do like it. Looks very easy to wear. So I would wear one of these, honestly.
Yeah, for me it looks for some reason much more casual. Something about it. I know the way he's sitting in it also he gives off a very comfortable vibe. That's part of it. But this is not the leather outfit, that's later. There are other alternate uniforms. There's several, in fact. This kind of feels like a fabric. The way the light hits it kind of feels like almost a felt. A softer fabric. I can't tell if it is. I don't believe it's the same fabric as the main uniforms, because that looks different. Feels a bit different. And we'll compare in a few minutes, but just kind of a first reaction.
Yeah, the top, the red part seems almost like a suede kind of material, but yeah.
But I like your example. It probably is just what I'm thinking of. This is the alternate away team jacket. The thing is, I wouldn't say it links to the main uniform or even the past uniform necessarily. It feels so its own thing that I don't know what to think, because it just is its own thing. Now, I might have liked it better than if it didn't have the arms. I think the arms give it a lot of character, but that's certainly a very unusual thing to do. If it had just been the shoulders and with the classic point, that may have felt more cohesive, perhaps. But the giant arms certainly pull it out of the realm. Because I kind of thought it was an admiral because of this uniform. And even though watching the episode, talking about the episode for several hours, giving full breakdown on the episode, oh wait, no, he's a captain, isn't he, when doing this episode? Because it feels like an admiral's uniform. Like a low-key one.
Yeah, it does feel like an admiral's uniform. I like it though. I really do. I think it's just to make the older actors feel more comfortable. Picard, as he said, doesn't want to be in a uniform, and he's not. He's kind of got his own thing going on. So maybe it's just to make it easier for them, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's funny how often cosplayers got complained for the zip. I mean, you can see the zip. You can see the zip tie things right there. You know, you can see it often in TNG. It's just you always forget about that. But you can see a zip happily. So, but of course, here is just the full view, because it was interesting to see how far it goes down. The red does not go all the way down to the hands, but there is an undershirt, I guess, or sleeve toppers.
No, I think that actually just a thing added to the sleeve. I don't think that's an undershirt at all. Yeah, the pants look kind of loose too. Like, it doesn't look very uniformy. Like, it seems kind of more casual. This is brightened up quite a bit. You don't notice that really because of the lighting in the show. So,
but we actually want to see the uniform strips. We have to brighten it.
I know.
I probably would have had a stripe on the legs like the other uniform, but a thicker one to match thicker arms. If I was them, maybe an addition. And they might be on this, but I don't think they are based on the shots.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell. And I agree with you. I think the stripe on the legs would have been good.
But yeah, it looks incredibly casual. Like, I would not call this by any means a duty standard uniform. This is not. It just doesn't look formal enough. Like, there's a very specific look. Like, even just by having that TNG waist fabric to pull it in would have helped.
This is clearly the hijacking a starship uniform. It's a special duty uniform for when you're going to go, do something shady.
And in fairness, everyone recognized it because they went to Starfleet Academy. Only Seven didn't recognize it because she didn't go to the Academy, and Shaw was too blind by his meal to notice. So it is very blatant, I think. I think you're right. Mm-hmm. So let's compare the two directly. Of course, Seven is not a captain, but it's the same uniform, so I cheaply give her a fourth pip, and that's the best. Because, again, very dark show. This is a promotional still, just to see it in enough colour. These uniforms, entirely different. I would call them different eras, different styles, different designers. I'm shocked by the lack of parity by them, even any.
Yeah, Seven's is quite sharp and nice form-fitting. I don't know how short that jacket is.
Yeah, that was a good change for season 3.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very loose this season.
Love that you threw animator a captain.
Because people are going to complain, so here they can complain. But look, she's a captain, so there you go, captain's uniform.
They don't look like the same era, if I had to guess. I don't know if they're doing that deliberately as a visual cue, like these are the old guys, this is the new kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't keep having new uniforms.
I know, but yet they keep doing that.
Well, this is fair. But the Titan's meant to be a relatively new ship, so I wouldn't think they're already out of date, these uniforms.
Yeah.
Now, one of the big things online, people saying that this is a captain's uniform and Riker's wearing it because he hasn't been in active command for a while doing truly captainy things. He hasn't had a ship for a long time. He was also retired for a long time. He came back. He's been doing things and bobs. This is kind of like a side captain's uniform, specifically for those that don't have a ship and a crew and a vibe. What do you think about that? I
think that's kind of a weird distinction, but it makes sense considering the circumstances. I'm going to say no to that, honestly. I think it's just more, this is just another standard, like away mission jacket or something that captains can choose from.
Yeah, I would agree. It's uniform is called uniform for a reason. There's a uniformality. That's, there's a certain funness in TNG when they had a random person from a random ship or starbase in the exact same uniform come on board. They instantly felt part of the crew because they're in Starfleet, the same uniform, but yet they had the vibe of they don't belong. If they'd walked on with some random coloured uniform, you would feel, I think it would have lost some of the effect. This, I think, loses that effect. Now, again, I think it's just because they want to give Frakes a uniform, fine. But he should be in the main one at some point. It's much, much sharper as a uniform. Now, it's not bad, but comparing the two, I think the cool value is distinct. But Stuart, let's do a rundown of the uniforms. Now, for every era, basically, the captain's uniform is the uniform. So I just found some examples here, despite most people being captains. So, of course, we have First Contact, well, of course, Voyager, First Contact, Prodigy, which has been confirmed as the in-between one. A flashback uniform is specifically to the rescue fleet and ships in that armada. So it's not the standard. So it's Prodigy, Picard Season 1, Season 2, and then, of course, this one. What do you think? Now you see it in mega context.
It's funny because the thing that you mentioned earlier, the stripes going all the way down, is like the anomaly here. If they had just ended there, I think, A, I would have liked the jacket a lot better. B, it just would have tied in with all of this other stuff. This just seems like an odd choice. I assume that the fabric is actually more of a black fabric, but because it's brightened up, it looks gray. Is that correct? Or
I kind of get the sense it's slightly grayer, actually.
Maybe.
I mean, I didn't brighten it up a ton. I mean, I also brightened up every shot here, and none of them have gone super grey.
Yeah, because it does seem like a different grey, like a charcoal grey almost. Like the top of the First Contact uniforms almost.
But, I mean, they could just have put him in the uniform from Season 1. I mean, he looked fine in that one. If they really wanted to... I mean, he would still stand out, wouldn't he? Because they've changed uniform since. And they could have done the red sort of double the depth to match Prodigy. Just to kind of, at least there's sort of precedent for that. Just swap the colours. And again, these are not complaints. They're just oddities. What the logic behind. And the fact that he's got that gold-ish stripe, again, looks Admiral, but he's not. He's not a Commodore, he's not an Admiral. He's a Captain, so that is out of place.
Yeah, it is quite an odd-looking gold, too. It almost looks like a brown. Just with the way it's lit or the way it's ribbed. I don't know. And it looks like a jacket. Like the one from the rescue fleet was more of a uniform. You had to pull on. You had to wardrobe to help you whenever. This one just seems like I can just take this off between scenes very quick. And, I don't know if they're doing that for convenience sake for the actors because they hate the spacesuits, as they call them.
Well, they're actors, do your job. There's much worse costumes to be in than, oh no, exactly. A two-piece jacket. Oh no, a jumpsuit. But it is interesting, though, like... how adding that zip, that distinct modern 21st century, rather hard pointed zip, it really stands out. Because the Nemesis one and Voyager both have a zip, entirely seamless. They blend in. Both Prodigy and Season 2, you understand the stripe, you understand what it's doing, it blends in better than... But the way the zip is just so not obnoxious, just there. Like I say, it's just a pull-on jacket. It's easy. It's simple. Has not got the uniform crispness that every other one does.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's our look at the alternate jacket that from Picard Season 3 that Riker's wearing. So, guys, let us know in the comments section what you thought about this one. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other breakdown videos like this and many more things that we do, including lives. So, please join us for all that.
Many lives, Stuart.
Many lives.
We do. We support the new Treks in breaking down things, bobs, tech, characters, locations, canon things, little Easter egg things, and bigger, all here on Trekyards. If you want to see what we do more, then please support us on many of the ways you can. For example, Patreon, the monthly service. Join the channel on YouTube, also monthly, but on the YouTube ecosystem. Super chatting on any of our lives. That means a direct communication. So if you have a point you want to be known, $5, say it, and we'll discuss it. Super thanksing on any video on any part of the channel. Doesn't matter how old it is, you can do it. That's amazing. Or one-time donation at trekyards@hotmail.com, the PayPal. Anything you can give helps a lot. Thanks in advance, and keep watching this video.
Okay. So until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.